Hello, hello, everybody. If you are here for Stock Savvy sessions, just say Stock Savvy. Come on in, everybody. Carolyn Williams here with Money Reverse. We are here for day 2 of Stock Savvy sessions. Come on in. Come on in. I am getting ready and want to greet you and hear from you. So I am going to say welcome to day 2 of Stock Savvy. Come on in, everybody. Carolyn Williams here with Money Reverse. Hello, I see everybody coming in. Yay, yay, yay. Yay, yay, yay. I get excited about this. Now, we got 1 minute. I was going to come on earlier, but I didn't. We got 1 minute. We're going to start in prayer and we're going to get going because I really want to hold us to my time commitment that I have for you guys. I don't want to invite you and hold you all over long and everything. So I want to get started on time and so I can finish and have an opportunity to answer your questions. I need to take a sip of tea. Yeah, I'm sneezing today. I'm sneezing today. So let's get started. Stock Savvy session. Stock Savvy. Come on in. Now if you were here for day 1, I see some people that were here for day 1. If you were here for day 1, just type in the comments and say day 2. Because today is day 2. If you were not here for day 1, yes, ma'am. Alicia says, yes, ma'am, I'm here. I'm here. If you were not here for day 1, just say first time in the comments. Just say first time. Just say first time. Oh, yeah. I saw some vitamin C and cod liver oil. Who said that? Carolyn. Yeah, because I'm sneezing. And now, just when I start talking, I'm starting to cough. Lord Jesus. Hallelujah. Okay. Day 2. Day 2. Buyer. Is it buyer? Buyer. Am I saying your name correct? Buyer. Am I saying your name correct? And Buyer's watching us on YouTube. So if I said it correct, just say, you right, girl. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of day 2. The day 2, people are putting day 2 in if they were already here for day 1. Oh, I said it right. Thank you. That is such a cute name. Wow, that's such a cute name. Okay, so we're here. If any of you are here joining for Stock Savvy sessions, and this is your first day, just say first time. You're right, girl. You're right, girl. There you go. There you go. I love it. I love it. Okay, now I am going to share this on my personal timeline. I'm going to remember to do that early today. So hang on just a second. Let me figure this out. Let's figure this out. And I am going to share on my personal timeline. If you have friends that you think would benefit from, hold on, let me turn this down. If you have friends that you think could benefit from this, then go ahead and share this out on your timeline as well. I would appreciate that. I would appreciate that. Let's see here. I'm going to share. I'm going to write a post. I'm going to say, join me live. We're going to talk about cryptocurrency. We're talking Bitcoin and interesting and rewarding stock. Okay, so let's do this on my news feed. Day 2. Okay, I did it. I did it. Like that was a big accomplishment. Okay, let's get started. I am going to get started in a word of prayer, and then we will start our day 2 Stock Savvy sessions. Join with me in prayer, everybody. Father God, thank you, Lord. We give you praise and honor. Lord, thank you for allowing us to get together for Stock Savvy Sessions Day 2. In this session and in all sessions, Lord, I pray that you be glorified. Lord, I pray that your Holy Spirit shines, that less of Carolyn and more of your Holy Spirit as I'm teaching. Lord, I thank you for giving us the mindset to want to progress, just as you've called us to do in your word. You said you own all the cattle on 1,000 hills. The gold and the silver is yours, Lord. And it is your pleasure to prosper your people. And Lord, I thank you that we are moving toward abundance in our financial lives as we honor you and do what we need to do to equip ourselves to prosper in your financial markets. Lord, I cast down any assignments of the enemy that may be blocking understanding, that may be blocking thought patterns, Lord, that may be telling us that this is not something that you can grasp or do. We cancel those assignments in the name of Jesus, and we move into fresh beginnings for a lot and expanded knowledge and abundance for all. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. 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 Okay, let's get started. Let's get started. I'm going to share some teaching with you. There we are. Okay. Stock Savvy Sessions Day 2. Today we're going to talk about cryptocurrencies, and we are going to also talk about interesting and rewarding stock. Now, for those of you, let me ask about the homework. But let me make sure I'm getting that. I got an order. I get all excited, but I got an order. Let's do it in order. The first thing I want to do is a biblical investing lesson. A biblical investing lesson. Money Reverse is not only my brand, it is my promise. I am always going to give you the word of God as it relates to investing. As we go through this investing learning process, I also want you to understand that this is something that we should aspire to do and aspire to do well. Aspire to do and aspire to do well. It is, and there's just principles in the word that back that up. So this lesson is let him lead you to that place of peace. It's Psalms 23, verses 1 and 2. The verses read, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters." Now, this looks like a video because actually it is. If you go to Money Reverse University and you will see the biblical investing lesson, it is a recorded lesson. It's 3 minutes and 3 seconds, I think. So it is a short but very impactful lesson because I really teach you about letting the Lord be your shepherd in your investing. We look at this verse and we know this verse, but as the Lord has given me, these verses in the Bible apply to money too. And that's the premise and that's the background that I started operating in. That's the guideline and the pathway I started in years ago. I read the Bible and every verse I see, it's like a money verse. It's like the Lord just gave me glasses that were made of money so that I can see through the lens of a financial perspective as I'm reading the word. So as I'm reading it, I just get a financial lesson from it. And this is one of them. And it is let him lead you to that place of peace. That's Psalm 23, 1 and 2. That's the New King James Version. Go to Money Reverse to your class area and you will see the lesson there waiting for you. Be blessed, everybody. The information provided here today is for educational purposes only. Any market information that I share is purely commentary and should not be construed as investment advice, nor should the information be construed as a solicitation to buy or sell any securities of any kind. Now, we're going to go into our cryptocurrency lesson, but I first want to ask about the homework. Let me tell you, I saw several people with homework out here, and I want to just see, how did you do with the homework? Let's see here. I looked at the homework and you guys did great. You did great. A couple of things. I saw homework from Carolyn, from Clay, from Marion, from Tracy, Ginger, Sammy, Alicia, Periette, Schultz, and I think a couple of other people. So really, thank you so much. You did your homework. If you have any questions about the homework, let me know. Any questions, anything that was difficult for you to find, difficult for you to understand. Now, one thing I want to tell you is, when you're looking at a stock, there's some companies that choose to trade their stock here in the US, and then they choose to also put it on other markets. They choose to put it in Europe or trade it also in Canada. And so you may see more than one entry for that particular company. I think, let's see, a company that does that. Maybe IBM does that. Maybe IBM. And so if you look up IBM, you may see IBM, and then you'll see an IBM : MX for Mexico. You may see an IBM : EUR for the European market. You may see IBM : and a different market. So what I want you to do, since we're here in the US, I want us to put the US references down when it comes to price, because the other prices that you're seeing are not in US dollars. They may be in euro, or they may be in pesos. They may be in different monetary, in different currencies. So with that, when you see that, look for the one that doesn't have the colon and the other country after it. Excuse me, hold on. So if you see a stock, thank you. If you see a stock that has multiple entries to it, that's what that is that company has done the things to be listed on other markets. Because what we're talking about in Stock Savvy sessions is our US markets, but there are definitely other markets out there. There's a European markets, there are, Canadian markets, there's the German DAX, there's the French CAC, there's all of these. As I'm teaching in Europe, I watch all of those markets, because I did some teaching on the European markets, and I will be doing some additional teaching in the European markets as well. So I watch these, and with that, just want to let you know if you're confused about that. Okay, so no questions about the homework. If everybody got it, let's move on. Let's move on to the next item. Let's talk cryptocurrencies. As a review, in our cryptocurrency lesson, yesterday we talked about what are cryptocurrencies. I kind of gave you some key characteristics of it, and really went through just giving an introduction of what cryptocurrencies are. The cryptocurrency that is in everybody's newspaper, every TV show, is Bitcoin. That's the one that is of high awareness right now. So with that, I told you a few things about Bitcoin. And so there's a review here. If you missed any of this, the day one session is still right here on our Facebook page, and it is also here on our YouTube channel. So just go back and watch the day one lesson and get this introduction to cryptocurrency. Now, today we're going to talk about the business of crypto. The business of crypto. Let's think about it. Cryptocurrencies have been around since 2008. They're gaining in popularity. And as they gain in popularity, there's more cryptocurrencies being created. Bitcoin is the one that is most widely accepted and known, but there are others. And as this is becoming more more mainstream and more widely accepted, there's other areas of the business that are being developed as well. There's different support services that have to be there. And I'm going to go through a few of those today. So with that, some of these are just, darkened out and kind of you're in the dark about them. But a few of these we want to bring to light. And those are the ones that I've just brought to light right here. So we're going to go through most of these right now. I want to talk to you about three major business components of cryptocurrencies. The first one is blockchain. Blockchain, this is how the cryptocurrencies are allocated and how they're stored and how they're secured. Remember how I said with cryptocurrencies, nothing is printed, nothing is mined, nothing is pressed. There's nothing physically that you hold in your hand. When you buy a cryptocurrency, you actually have it on record, and everything is digital. The way that all of that is maintained with integrity is called the blockchain. And this is decentralized ledgers that store and secure the crypto transactions and the ownership records. This is where you would go and see when you buy crypto in the blockchain, there is an entry in some blockchain somewhere that has your ID and the amount of cryptocurrency that you own and what brand of cryptocurrency you own. That's what the blockchain is. So you can imagine as we get more intricate and get more different cryptocurrencies in circulation and being used by more and more people, this blockchain business is becoming big business. And not only is blockchain used for cryptocurrency, it's also used for NFTs. We'll talk about these in another session. So this is the way that it's all tracked and secured, and that is called blockchain. The second topic I want to talk about is mining. And mining is the process by which the cryptocurrencies are put into circulation. This is how they're created. Remember, there is no printing press and there is no metal press that's creating a physical coin, but this coin has to be created and it has to be tagged and it has to really be added to this blockchain environment so that it can be bought and sold and transferred around. With that, this also includes the building and maintenance of this blockchain ledger. So you can tell the blockchain is pretty important. It is really the heart of operating in cryptocurrency. It's got to be there in the blockchain or it doesn't exist. And then mining is how we put the cryptocurrencies in circulation. So there's companies that actually do the mining. I'm not going to go into the details of how they do it, but just know everything I'm talking about is a computer process. There's no building. There's no building except a data center holding the computers. There's storage that's keeping it. There's networks that's making sure that these nodes can talk to each other, but it's all computer work. It's all computer work. Now, for a geek like me, this is exciting. Now, the last term I want to talk to you about today is payments. And the payment services are the services that's used by businesses and individuals. And this is what enables you to spend your coins or to gather them and to spend them, to exchange them, send them to somebody else. You can send people money as Bitcoin. You can buy things with it. If a company wants to be able to accept Bitcoin in their business or any other cryptocurrency in their business, they have to have a crypto payment service. And that's no different than having a credit card payment service or a PayPal payment services or Cash App payment services. These are all different payment services. So with that, with cryptocurrency becoming more widestream, this is a new type of payment service that came available. And then there's some of the traditional ones that say, we'll let you buy Bitcoin through us, but they may not allow you to pay with Bitcoin. And so with that, now, if it's a business, they're getting a Bitcoin gateway service. If you're a business, you're looking for a gateway provider. If you're an individual, like we all are, we are looking for a wallet. So if you want to buy and transfer and use your Bitcoin, you will have to get a crypto wallet. And most of your crypto wallets will allow you to purchase and transfer any type of cryptocurrency. Now, these three, what this means, let me tell you why this is important. The reason I think that this is important is because knowing this information can help you to say, I can make money on the cryptocurrency even without buying the cryptocurrency. Anybody ever thought about that? You can make money on the cryptocurrency without actually buying the currency. You can make money in stocks with cryptocurrency without actually buying the currency. You can just buy companies, find companies that are blockchain companies, find companies that are crypto mining companies, and find companies that have payment services that they offer. Because those companies, as they do more business since the cryptocurrencies are becoming more and more mainstream, these companies are going to make more money. So their stock prices are going to go up. How does that sound? That sound doable to anybody? What I want to do is show you in blue, when you did your homework, and if you haven't done homework, you will see a few stocks out there that are in blue. The name of the stock is actually in blue. And the reason that they're in blue, because they are stocks that meet this criteria. In blockchain, and I just put two of each kind right here. For blockchain companies, there's Hive Blockchain and Riot Blockchain. Those are two companies. I'm using Riot Blockchain as an example when we do the Let's See It portion of our course. And then Hive Blockchain is out there as well. So you can pick these stocks and do some research on them. And then I think, I don't own Hive Blockchain now. I just sold it for profit, but I do own Riot Blockchain right now. I think I own all of these. Mining. The mining companies, I just put two out here, Hut 8 Mining and Marathon Digital Holdings. Marathon Digital Holdings and Hut 8 Mining. Both of these are listed on your homework sheet, and they're shaded in blue. That lets you know these are crypto mining companies. And then for the payment services, there's Galaxy Digital and Silvergate Capital. Let's see, Mara, I think I own Mara. I've sold Hut 8 Mining. I don't own Galaxy, and I just bought and sold Silvergate. I bought it on Thursday, I think, and sold it on Friday, or bought it on Wednesday and sold. I held it 24 hours and I think I made just over $600 on that. So because these stocks are moving, they're very volatile. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later. So again, go to your homework sheet. If you haven't done the homework yet, you can start. And if you have, and you want to pick up a couple of these companies and do some research on them, you can see them because they're shaded in blue on the homework sheet. And these are the business of crypto. This is what I do to make money in the crypto world. I don't buy the actual cryptocurrency. I'm just buying companies that are closely related to it, because the stocks trade based on what's happening with the cryptocurrency. If crypto's going up, these stock prices go up. If crypto goes down, these stock prices go down. And then there's always transactions and different business things that are happening with these stocks. People are partnering with them. They're merging. They're adding different. When their executives change, they're publishing that as well. Just because they're in the business of crypto, they're kind of highly watched and they're very volatile. So this is an opportunity to make money in cryptocurrency. Now, in our next session, we're going to actually talk, how do you buy Bitcoin? Suppose you say, Carolyn, I hear you. Thank you very much for that. We really appreciate you sharing, your little story there. But I actually want to buy me some Bitcoin. I got my mind set on buying me some Bitcoin. Is that anybody? If you say, I got my mind set on buying some Bitcoin, just say, I want to buy some Bitcoin. Put that in the comments. I'm just curious to see who we have here. So we're going to talk in our next session about how do you buy Bitcoin. And then we're also going to talk about other cryptocurrencies that you could buy, because once you set yourself up to be able to buy Bitcoin, you'll be able to set yourself up to buy several other cryptocurrencies as well. So we'll talk about those. We'll talk about the top number of cryptocurrencies by market cap. Everybody knows what market cap is now, don't you? Excellent. Yeah, I want to buy. Okay, let's do it. We'll talk about that in our next session. Good deal. Okay, now let's do stock talk. That's our crypto lesson for today. Let's do stock talk. Now, let's set it up. Somebody comes up to you and they know that you are interested in the stock market. They know you are interested in the stock market. And so they say, hey, I got a stock tip for you. This is something that somebody told me about. I haven't bought it yet, but I'm just sharing it with you because I know you're into this and we can all make money on this. I just think it's a good tip. So I'm sharing it with you. When they do that, what do you do with that information? What do you say? Thanks, buddy. Okay, but what do you do with that information? At the end of Stock Savvy sessions, you're going to know exactly what to do. Every day, we're going to build on that. So when people are coming to you, they, how much? How big? There you go. There you go. Ginger says, I know what to do. First thing, she says, how big and how much? And she knows, and you know how to look at it too. So with that, what do you do next? We did talk about how big and how much. Let's look at the market cap. Is this a stock company somebody has in their garage? Is this a stock that hasn't moved all year, or it's sitting at its high point and it's been, it has moved probably $1 in the year. I'm like, for a whole year? You think I'm gonna put my money on a stock that moves $1? $1 in a whole year? I may as well sit in a bank savings account. Everybody knows what we talked about in a bank savings account. So I'm going to tell you a couple of other things that we would do in that case. We're going to ask and answer these questions. Is this an interesting stock? Is this a rewarding stock? Is this stock interesting? And is this stock rewarding? Now, these are questions I want you not to ask your friend. You ask yourself. You ask the question yourself and you get the answer yourself. Because if a friend gives you a stock tip, I'm going to tell you just one courtesy. If a friend gives you a stock tip and you don't find that it's a good tip, meaning this isn't something that you think you would buy, then you just say, thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. But don't shame them and don't challenge them. You may ask, tell me what you like about it. That's what I always say. Tell me what you like about it. I whip out my phone, and most times if people give me a stock tip, I know what's going on with the stocks. I know quite a few. I watch about 300 stocks every day. I have good dibs on about 300 stocks every day. So I'm pretty in touch with what's going on with a good number of stocks. So I kind of know different things that's happening. So what I'll do sometime, I'll look at it and I'll kind of know some things that's going on in the news with it. And I'll just say, oh, okay, thanks. Tell me, what do you like about it? What do you like about it? And any of my students, anybody that's taken my class, 21 Days of Stock Market Investing, if you know, nobody asked me, what do you think about this stock? Everybody knows that is a no-no in my group. You don't ask me, what do you think about this stock? If there's somebody here that has taken my class before and that is in my graduates group, tell me, what do I say when somebody says, Carolyn, what do you think about this stock? Because that is a no-no. I have given you more than enough information so that you can have an opinion about every stock. It doesn't matter what I think. So I come back with one question. I come back with one question, and if nobody is here from my group that can put that in there, I'll tell you a little bit later. But with that, what I want you to do is to ask, is this an interesting stock and is this a rewarding stock? And the way that we know that is that we look at volume. Volume is one thing that tells us about the number of shares of a stock that has been bought or sold today. Volume tells us the number of stock shares that's being traded today. And traded means bought or sold. What that tells us is that this stock is moving. There's people that are interested in this stock. And you can see that because it has a number of shares that's being bought or sold today. Are they buying? Are they selling? Yes, there's a little bit of everything going on. But just know that it's interesting, because a stock that's not interesting, that nobody's buying and selling, is a stock whose price won't move. A stock with a low volume is a stock whose price probably won't move. Now, average volume. Now, the volume tells you about today. The average volume tells you the number of stock shares that's been traded, which is bought or sold over a period of 30 days. And that 30 days is 30 trading days. There's 5 trading days in a week. And so 30 trading days is actually 6 weeks. So this is the average over 6 weeks of the number of shares of this stock that has been bought or sold. Now, the money reverse observation, what I've noticed over the years is stocks with an average volume less than 1 million to money reverse is an uninteresting stock. Stocks with an average volume of less than 1 million is an uninteresting stock. Now, not the volume, not today's volume, but the average volume. And uninteresting stocks are likely to have minimal price movements. It doesn't mean that they will never move. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't buy it, but just understand there's not a lot of people buying or selling that stock. There may be people that's holding it and they have it, they have the stock certificates under their mattress for whatever reason. But average volume of less than 1 million, those stocks tend to be uninteresting. Now, I do own stocks whose average volume is less than 1 million. And that's because this is just not a hard and fast rule. There are no hard and fast rules when it comes to the stock market. You're likely to see anything happen. But this is just a bit of wisdom that I want you to look at when you start to look. When somebody gives you that stock tip and you go look at it and the average volume is less than 1 million, you go, okay. I mean, if I'm buying this because I think that one day it's going to blow up, then that's one thing. But if you're expecting to see some return on this or a change in stock price, and that's the reason that you buy a stock. You buy it at one price and you want the price to go up. That's the whole reason that we buy stocks. Now, the only reason that we trade in the market is to make money. That's it. That's the only reason that we're trading in the market, and that is to make money. So with that, we're looking for opportunities to make money. I'm not here to do ministry. I'm not here to show company loyalty. If this is a company that I work for and the stock price doesn't move, you best believe I'm not buying it anywhere. I'm only here to make money. Tunnel vision. And if you take my class, that's how we're going to do. I am not here to buy Christian companies. I am not here to buy the company that my grandfather had. I'm not here to buy the company that employed my mama. That's not why I'm here. That's not why I'm here. I'm here to make money. Single focus. And so everything I'm teaching you is teaching you to make money. Okay. So with that, if I see a stock price is up, not likely to move, I'm like, okay, thanks, buddy. Thanks. And I move on. You know what I mean? So that's the etiquette part of it. When somebody gives you that stock tip, you just say, thanks, buddy. Or you may say, tell me what you like about it. And if they can't tell you anything they like about it, then they're just passing on information and haven't done the research. And that's kind of dangerous. Okay. Now, let me show you an example. What we use in our day one session is Apple stock as an example. And that's the same thing we have here. I pulled up that same quote and I have Apple company here in the circled, and you can see the symbol is AAPL. This is the same stock quote, $132.99 is the price. This was at the time of this quote, that $132.99 was $2.63 higher than the last close, and that's 2.02% higher. Now, the way we look at volume and average volume is it's right here in the quote. It's circled. Right here, volume, 101,979,450, 101 million. 101 million is today's volume. The average volume over 6 weeks, the volume is 106.9 million. So is this an interesting stock? Apple? You betcha. You betcha. All we're looking for is 1 million. This is 101 million. And look at this. This is very interesting that the volume of Apple at the time that we took this snip, which was after close of business on Friday, April 9th, which was 2 days ago, this volume, the volume of the day was almost as high as the average volume of the, so it's traded, a lot of shares are being traded. Are people buying or selling Apple? Yes. The answer is yes. They're doing both. Volume is not designed to tell you if they're buying and selling. There's other things that you would look at to determine what people are doing. But just the fact that this stock is being traded at this volume, that tells you it's definitely interesting. So that makes it a check mark to say, I'm going to continue looking to see what's going on with this company. Okay, so that's volume. Now, that's interesting. Now let's see if it's a rewarding stock. When you look at a reward is something that somebody gives you for doing something well. It's something that's given to you for doing something well. And so stocks, there are different companies that say, when you buy our stock, we will give you money. We will give you money just for holding our stock. If you buy our stock and just hold it, we will just drop money into your brokerage account. We'll just drop, whatever amount we come up with, and it is declared by their board of directors, and they come up with an amount per share. And they say, we'll just drop that in your brokerage account on this day. You just have to buy our stock and hold it. So these are quarterly cash payments that's made to shareholders of a particular company stock. The payment amounts and the dates are decided by the company board of directors. And this is a stock purchase and hold incentive strategy. The reason that companies do that is that they want you to hold their stock. They want you to hold their stock. When you hold their stock, that's money in their pocket. It's like, I have a piece of this company and I want you to buy it. Can you give me $132 for it? You say, yeah, give me 10 of them. And they're like, yes. And then you go, I think I'm sick of you. I'm going to give it back to you. They went, oh man, now I got all this stock sitting here and no money because I had to give them the money back when they sold it back to me. So they want you to hold on to their stock. So that's called a dividend. Why do companies do that? They want you to hold the stock so that they have money. Do all companies do this? No, all companies don't do this. The reason some companies do is because they, why do companies do this? It's different reasons. I'm going to tell you. I saw something in December. We saw something and I shared it with all of my group, people that have taken my 21 days class. We have a graduates group in which I'm giving stock tips in there and live teaching once a month. And I pop in there and do live videos when something interesting is going on in the market. So I'm constantly coaching in that group. And what I found is a lot of companies were giving out huge dividends at the end of the year from October to December. There was a company that was trading at $11 and the dividend, they were giving out $3 per share. The stock cost $11 and they were giving out a $3 per share dividend. We had a stock that cost, I think it cost $30, $32 at the time, and it was paying out an $11 per share dividend. $11. It was $32. If the stock was $30 and I bought 100 shares of that, that's $3,000. And then it paid out $11 for that 100 shares. That was $1,100 real quick money. And so I shared that, and a lot of people were buying these stocks for these huge dividends. That was just end of year dividends. I haven't seen any of that this year. Those same stocks are now offering either no dividend or they're offering you 12 cents. So you may see, this is just really up to the company board of directors as to what they want to do. And the incentive there is to get people to buy their stock. And what a lot of companies were doing also is they had made a lot of cash at the end of the year, and they wanted to get it off their books so they didn't have to pay taxes on it. So they'd rather get you interested in the company and give that out to the shareholders instead of hold the money as profit and pay taxes on it. I know that's what happened at the end of the year. That's definitely what I would do. That's definitely what I would do. I do several things in my business at the end of the year to really better my tax position as well. So with that, now let me tell you about dividend yield, the rewarding stock. The yield, we're still talking about that same dividend, but this is just the annual percent of the dividend payout. So this just tells you if it's 4%, if it's 1%, if it's 0.2%. It just tells you what percent on your money you would be making if you held this stock for 1 year and got the dividend payments for a whole year. So the dividend is the quarterly payouts, and then the dividend yield is what percentage of return that is based on stock price. Okay, so that's a rewarding stock. That's a rewarding stock. Does dividend sound like something that's interesting to anybody? If you're interested in dividends, just say, yeah, that's interesting to me. Yeah. I have a strategy in which I have several ways that I try to make money in the market, and dividend is one of those. Sometimes I'll buy a stock just because they pay a dividend. I have a couple of stocks. I think I have one of them on the homework sheet that I own, and I've owned it for years just because it pays a nice dividend. And so I just own it and hold it. If it goes way up, I'll sell it, take a profit. And when the stock goes back down, I'll buy it again. So with that, yeah, I see several people say, yeah, you can make me interested in that. Ginger says, yeah, free money, girl. Shelly say, yes, me. Somebody say me. Yeah, I think it's a good strategy. We have to really kind of there's something called a dividend trap that happens. And if you take my class, I'll definitely tell you more about that. There's so much that I can tell you. But again, I'm going to stay on time tonight, and I love teaching. I love teaching this stuff. Now, let's look at an example here. Let's take a look at that same stock, Apple, the same quote that we just looked at. Look at where the dividend is. Over here, I have it circled and I have arrows pointing to it. It's called forward dividend and yield. Forward dividend and yield. The reason that they call it forward is that they're looking at the forward PE ratio. They're looking at the forward PE ratio as opposed to, the lagging PE ratio, as opposed to what has already happened. They're looking at their projections. That's all that means. And we would do more to talk about that later. We're not going to cover that in this course. And then the yield, again, that's that percent of return that you would get on your money. So take a look. Apple does pay a dividend. They will give you 82 cents for every share that you own if you buy their stock. Let me give you another little tip here. See right below there, this ex-dividend date. This is the last day that you buy the stock to get the dividend. You have to buy it before this ex-dividend date, which is February 5th, 2021. So since that is in the past, this dividend has already been paid. They have not announced another one. So you look for that ex-dividend date. And if that's a date in the future, then that means you can buy the stock. You have to buy the stock before this ex-dividend date to get this dividend that is announced here. So we see that they did pay a dividend in February. And if they do it quarterly, we will probably see another dividend announcement here pretty soon. 3 months from February 5th is April 5th. So Apple earnings are coming up, and I'll betcha, they're going to make a dividend announcement. That's probably why the volume is so high. That's right. When I said the high volume here, that's because a lot of people are interested in Apple. They kind of figure out this dividend is coming, and then their earnings are coming up as well. So earnings season starts. We're not going to go over earnings in this course, but earnings season starts this week. So we're going to see stock prices popping all over the place this week. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Ooh, I just can't hide it. Ooh. I'm about to. Okay, let's get back to it. Okay. Now, any questions on interesting and rewarding stocks? Interesting and rewarding stocks. Let's see if you got some questions. Yeah. Now, I am going to give you something outside of interesting and rewarding stocks because, I'm going to give you something outside of interesting and rewarding stocks. I'm going to give you a bonus topic. We're going to talk about beta. And the reason we're going to talk about beta because I know it is going to help you in the markets that we're in right now. Now, because I'm going to give you a bonus topic, I want y'all to know this is the Show Enough Stock Savvy Sessions. If you say this is the Show Enough Stock Savvy Sessions, just type in the comments, say Show Enough. Show Enough. This is the Show Enough Stock Savvy Sessions. I'm teaching you more than you ever thought you would get in a course with no cost. Everybody just say Show Enough Stock Savvy. Amen. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Show. Oh yeah. There my show nuffs come. There they come. Woo-wee. Woo-wee. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all crazy. I love it. I love it. Y'all crazy. Y'all know that. Y'all crazy. Hey, did you say this is the show enough stock savvy? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. This is the show enough stock savvy. Everybody got to know this. Better say show enough. Show is, y'all. Oh, y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. Oh, Sammy over on YouTube. There she go. She say show enough stock savvy. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Yeah, this is the show enough stock savvy session. That's all I'm saying. Yes, ma'am. Period says, show me the money. Show me the money. Y'all don't make me act silly. Y'all don't do that. Don't do that. And let's talk about beta. Beta is a good one. I love beta. When you know beta, when you talk to people, talk to your friends and family and coworker, and they see that you know something like beta, they're going to say, where did you go to school? People don't know. A lot of people don't know about beta. People just go get a brokerage account and just start buying stuff and not really knowing what they're doing. Beta is one of those topics. Beta is one of those terms that is more beta and standard deviation. These are things that are more deep analysis type things, but it is so helpful and it's simple. I'm going to explain it to you and everybody's going to get it. In the name of Jesus, everybody's going to get beta. With beta, think about beta. Can I stand the moves? Can I stand the moves? There's a song there, yeah. Can I stand the moves? Yeah. So I want you to think about that when you think of beta, because beta is a measure of volatility. And volatility is how much of a roller coaster this stock is. How much of a roller coaster? Is this stock one that goes way up and go way down? Is it one that just stays flat? It just depends. And each stock is different. And so we can understand how they trade. Beta is a way that you can look at the measurement of that. Beta is a way that you can look at the measurement of how much of a roller coaster. That's why I say, can you stand the moves? Because, excuse me, I'm sorry. I got to sneeze. I got the camera off. I couldn't get the mic off. Sorry, everybody. My allergies are, excuse me. Sorry. Oh. Excuse me. Hold on. Okay, apologize. Didn't mean this. Thank you. I'm seeing all my bless me's come in. Thank you. I didn't mean to sneeze in everybody's ear. I apologize for that. So let's go back with beta, and I'm going to take a sip of tea while I accept all of your blessings. Thank you so much. And I got my sip of tea with my essential oils in it, so I can get some natural holistic things to help me with my sneezing today. Now, beta is this measurement to tell us how much of a roller coaster this particular stock is. Every stock doesn't trade just like the market. As a matter of fact, no stock trades alike. They each have a, quote, personality. And that personality is a trading pattern. And that's basically what do traders normally do when it comes to this stock. And patterns tend to repeat themselves. So what beta is looking at this trading pattern over the last 60 days. I think is it 60 days? No, I think it's 30 days. It's looking at the last 30 days. No. Beta is a predictive index. So beta is looking at beta is a post. Beta is looking at the past. It's looking at the past trading patterns. The VIX is a predictive index about volatility. But beta is looking at the past 30 days, looking at how this stock has been trading, and then it is a measure that you can see. And I'm going to explain it to you. What beta is, what I want you to do is I want you to think of the sharp turns and moves of the market, the overall market. Consider that always to be 1. Everybody, I want you to type in the comments, market beta equal 1. Market beta equal 1. I want you to type it in the comments because you need to know this. You'll never see it anywhere. You'll never see it. So you got to know this. So everybody type in the comments, market beta equal 1. And what that is, that's measuring the overall volatility of the entire of the S&P and the overall market. Is the whole market, when we had days when the Dow was going up 1,000 points and down 1,000 points, the volatility was really high. So when we think about the overall market beta, just assume it's always 1, because we're talking about beta. We're looking at individual stocks. And what beta is, it's going to compare itself to how the overall market is doing. Now, if your stock beta is less than 1, that means it's less volatile than the overall market. The more volatile it is, the higher, the bigger and sharper turns and ups and downs that you're going to see. You're going to see high swings and low swings in a very volatile market. Now, if stock beta is less than 1, you're going to see not so sharp swings. It's going to be lower than the overall market. Now, if your stock beta is higher than 1, then that means it's more volatile than the overall market. That's why you need to know that the market beta equal 1, because all you're going to see is this number that's either higher than 1 or lower than 1. And you got to know that it's comparing itself to 1, which is the overall market. So with that, I'm going to show you some examples and it'll make sense. Is this making sense the way I'm explaining it right now? If it's making sense, say making sense, or if not, say go through it again. Because it's important. This market beta equal 1. Everybody going to dream about market beta equal 1, market beta equal 1, market beta equal 1. There you go. Market beta equal 1, market beta equal 1. Because when you look at your stock beta, if it's less than 1, okay, good. Everybody's saying it's making sense. That's great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so with that, let's go through and let's look at an example. It's going to make more sense when I show you an example. So let's take this. If you look at a stock quote and you see beta at 0.80, this means that this stock price swings, they're not as strong as the overall market is trading. The market may be going way up high. This one won't go up that high. It'll only go up about 80% of what the market's doing. If you see a stock beta of 1.0, that means the price swings of this stock match the overall market. And for the last 30 days, anytime you see the market going down, this stock will probably be going down about that same amount. And then if you see a stock with beta of 1.3, that means that this stock swings more strongly than the overall market. The market can be going up, it may go up 2%. This stock may go up 6%. The market may go down 1%. This stock may go down 4%. So it's going to swing higher and harder than the overall market when the beta is greater than 1. So that's how that works. Let's see it. Let's take a look at Apple right here. The same quote that we've used for Apple. Here we look at beta. Remember, we don't have to find these things. That's why okay. Yeah, I'm getting all excited. Let me just go through beta first. Beta for Apple at the time of this snippet is 1.22. So Apple is more volatile than the overall market. If the overall market is going up, Apple's probably going to go up more than the market. Look, it was up 2% in this last close. I don't know how far the overall market was. And again, it's not going to always do that. All it's looking at what has been happening for the past 30 days. And so because patterns repeat themselves, this doesn't tell you that it's going to do that every time. Everybody knows this is just information that you use, but there's no guarantee with anything in the stock market. You can't predict it like that. If you did, everybody would be making $1 million every day. That's just not the way it works. So beta here, and the way this is Yahoo Finance, and they use a 5-year monthly beta. So they're looking at the 30 days and they're looking at 5 years of history and just kind of coming up with, we think that beta for Apple is 1.22 based on everything that we've seen in the past. That is greater than 1, which means this stock is going to have harder swings, more sharp swings than the overall market. Make sense? Good, good, good. Good, good, good. Okay, so let's do this. Thank you. I see some questions in the comments. I'm going to come back and answer all of your questions in the end. But if you have questions, definitely post them in the comments so you don't forget them. And or if you want to write them down and put them at the end, but definitely put your questions in. I'm going to scroll back through these comments and I'm going to answer every single one, I think. Okay. Now we're at the portion of our session in which we're going to say, let's see it. What I showed you today. Well, before we get there, let me tell you, when I was looking at this, I want to tell you, I want you to know that the reason that I'm giving you this information for free is because it's free information. Don't ever pay for information, pay for education, because these are publicly traded stocks. They have to make this information available to the general public. They have to, or they will not be a publicly traded stock. So now if you choose to pay for information, that's great, but I just want you to know that you don't have to. So I don't want you to go and pay somebody to get on their website to get research information. I want you to pay somebody if they're teaching you to fish yourself. And I teach all of my courses using free sites. Using free sites. I use free sites. I pay for no site to give me information or quotes or anything like that. I don't pay for any of that, and I haven't for 20 years. Some people will make a business out of selling you a subscription service. I'm not saying that you shouldn't buy it, but I don't want you buying it because you don't think that there's any other way that you can get the information. All of this information is available for you for free. This stock quote, even from Yahoo Finance, it may not be the prettiest thing. It doesn't have a whole lot of different colors and it's not a dashboard, but it gives you the information that you need. So if you do pay to subscribe to someone's site to get stock information, let it be because you like the way that they're doing it and you'd rather see their way of giving this information to you better than you can go and get it yourself. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? And the reason that came to me on beta, because sometimes people will think that this is stuff that is so difficult that you got to pay somebody to tell you what beta is, and you got to pay somebody to explain to you what beta is. You know, no. With the Show Enough Stock Savvy sessions, you don't. With the Show Enough Stock Savvy sessions, y'all got to say Show Enough one more time. Y'all got to say Show Enough one more time. Show Enough Stock Savvy. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. You don't have to pay for that. I want you to know that by law, these companies that are made themselves available for trade to the general public, they have to make this information available to you. Show enough, show enough, show enough. I see 2 show enoughs right there. Show enough, show enough. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Woo, y'all crazy. Y'all making me act crazy. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. So I want you to be educated. And again, April is National Financial Literacy Month. I want you to walk away saying, woo, this April, I learned a lot. And Money Reverse does this every April. I'm posting on my Money Reverse page different things that's not only stock market. I think this week, because I'm doing the stock market this week, my daily post will be stock market. But I'm posting about everything from wills and trust to saving and credit reports and everything else, because I want you to be financially savvy. I want you to be more than literate. I want you to be a financial expert when it comes to your own finances, your own business, the business of you. You need to know how to run it well. Got it? Yeah. Thank you. I love that you guys are just participating. That you guys are participating. That helps me. I love it. I love to come on and have fun. I do. I'm very nerdy. I'm a very nerdy person. So, and you can tell I'm a little bit shy. Not. So, but I love to come on and have fun. So I just want you to know. I just want you to know that I appreciate that. And thank you for putting up with me and my allergies today. Okay, so now let's go to let's see it. Now, the let's see it portion of our session is where I show you how I got to everything that I'm doing, because I just had the quote cut out and I had things circled. But if you don't have me putting it up here on a screen for you, let me show you how you can go and see everything that we just did. And for this session, I'm going to use yahoo.com, finance.yahoo.com, www.finance.yahoo.com. And remember, Yahoo Finance is what we're using for the Stock Savvy sessions, just so we can have a little bit of consistency, but you can use any free site. Remember, I told you they have to make this available to you, and there are so many sites out there in which you can get stock quotes. Google. Finance.google.com. There's so many different ones. Probably on every brokerage that you have, you can look them up there. So this information is readily available now that you know what to look for. So the only reason we're going to finance.yahoo.com is just so we can have some consistency, so that we're all looking at the same thing, and I don't have to answer questions on 5 different sites, because I'm not gonna do that in the Stock Savvy sessions. So now, in a different setting, my clients do have different brokers, and I do answer questions on lots of different sites, but not for this. We're just getting some consistency, that's all. So with that, go to finance.yahoo.com, or you can download the Yahoo app. Everything is free. Stock Savvy sessions are free, and everything I'm telling you, the information where you can go to get it, it costs you nothing to go to these sites. So when you get to finance.yahoo.com, at the top here where you put in your search for your news, symbols, and companies, we're going to use as an example Square. This is the same example that we used in our day one. We're going to use the same example throughout the entire Stock Savvy session. So type in the word Square here if you don't know the symbol. If you know the symbol, you can put the short symbol here, which is SQ. But if you don't know the symbol, just start typing in the word Square. And once you type that in, it's going to pull it up for you. It's going to give you a drop down and give you different options, anything that's remotely related to the word Square. And then you'll be able to pick the one that's the company. I think it'll bring up news and stuff too, but you'll be able to see the stock quote and pick that. Now, this is the quote for Square. And you can see at the time of this snip, Square, I got the key things circled here. Here is the company name and the symbol, Square Incorporated, stock symbol SQ. You can see the stock price at the time of the close. That was up $3.28 from the previous close, and that's up 1.27%. Now, here we go. I'm pointing to beta over here on the right-hand side. We can see beta for Square 2.43. What does that tell you about Square? Beta is 2.43. Is Square more volatile or less volatile than the overall market? Okay, and then what's also circled here is the forward dividend and yield. Look at Square, NA. Square is not a rewarding stock. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that I will not buy Square. As a matter of fact, you see the little asterisk by Square, that tells you that I do own Square in my portfolio at the time of this recording, for full disclosure. And then we can look at the volume for Square. Take a look. Volume, the one-day volume for Square on Friday, April 9th was 14 million. The average volume was 10 million. So Square was trading more shares on Friday, 2 days ago, than it has in the overall, than the average in the last 6 weeks. So a lot of people are buying Square too. That's the reason I bought Square too. I bought Square. So yeah, I'm definitely in Square. I like that one. Now, when you see this red star at the upper right-hand corner, that means that this is in the Money Reverse University class area, and you can download this and use it as an example as you need to. You can see it online or you can download it. So this is a resource that is a downloadable resource for you, just because you're you. Yay, you. Okay. Now, let's go back and let's do another one. Let's look at Riot Blockchain. This is one of the blockchain stocks that I talked about that we have as our homework assignment. It's in the list. So if you don't know the symbol for Riot Blockchain, you just go in and you start typing in the whole company, Riot space blockchain. By the time you get Riot in, you're going to see that the stock symbol is Riot, RIOT, and it's going to come up and say Riot, NASDAQ, or New York Stock Exchange, whichever exchange it's on. You will select that one, And this is what you'll see. You're going to see the quote. You see the company name and the symbol. You see the price at the last close. Look at beta for Riot. Look at this one. This is why I wanted to teach you beta. This is why. Look at this thing, y'all. I got the I get excited about this. I'm nerding out, but I get excited about this because I get excited about this because this is a very volatile stock. It is. The beta is 4.55. The overall market is 1. This thing is all over the place. That's why I like it, is because it's very volatile. Volatility is a tool. Volatility can be used as a tool. I don't want you to think, your risk tolerance is going to determine whether volatility is good or bad. It's going to depend on you, your risk tolerance. I love volatility. When I see a stock this volatile, that's the one I run to. Why? Because it's going to go down hard and then it's going to go up sharp. So when I see it come down hard, boom, I'm buying it. When I see it go up sharp, ka-ching, I'm out. And just do rinse and repeat. Because this thing is going to swing. Now, what I'm going to tell you is that, that's all I'm going to tell you. But I love this stock. And I love it because of the volatility. I love it because of the volatility. So I see volatility as a tool. Now, that is going to be determined by your investing personality. You're going to have to really understand yourself. If you're not trading in the market now, and if you are trading and want to up your game, I'm going to say if you haven't done a good analysis of yourself and understand yourself, your risk tolerance, your goals, your objectives, your strategies, you got to know you. Remember, the market is going to do what the market's going to do. You got to have the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding, the tools, the tolerance, the money to do whatever you need to do to operate in that setting that the market's going to do. Nothing that the market does makes me upset or anything else. I'm like, oh, okay, that's what today looks like. Okay, we're good. I'm good with everything. And you got to understand yourself. So if you ask me, do you like volatility? Well, I do. But that doesn't mean, but I have clients that say, oh, Carolyn, I can't take that. I can't sleep at night. Then no, you don't like volatility. Then we're going to look for things with low beta for you. That's what we're going to do. Yeah. Tracy said it. You got to know you. I hear you. Yes, ma'am. That is key. If you're talking to anybody and they're teaching you stocks, if this is your first stock class, I promise you it won't be your last. You're going to take some additional stock market education. You just got it. This is not a one time and you're good for life. That's not how it works. It's changing all the time. This year, in the last 12 months, I saw things in the market that I haven't seen in 20 years. I have not seen a market that did what it did this year. I haven't seen that. I've been in the market for over 20 years. So it is not it's not a one and done. You're going to take some additional lessons. But if you're talking the next lesson that you take, if it's not with money reverse, I want you to listen. If they're not asking you about you, then you ask them, can you ask some questions about me? Can you ask me about me? And then when I say I don't know about me, help me figure out me. If they're not doing that, I'm going to say thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's where you be in the free group, but don't pay for training like that. You got to know you. The market's going to do what the market's going to do. And I can't teach you what the market's going to do next week. I can't teach you what the market's going to do this time next year because I don't know. I can't teach you what I don't know. But what I can do is I can equip you so that you're ready to sit in the cut and operate at whatever's going on, and you be okay with it. Got it? Y'all didn't come here for all my preaching. Y'all, that's not what y'all came for. That's what my graduates get. This is what my graduates get, where we work on the mindset. We work on the mind and the operations here. Okay, so here's let's see it. We see the volume. Okay, we see Riot does not pay a dividend. See how we have NA? If a company doesn't pay a dividend, that's quite all right. That's okay. It doesn't necessarily mean this company doesn't pay a dividend, but I own this stock. This company, let's see, this company has a very high beta. I love it. Look at the market cap. This is a small company, 4.15 billion. 4.15 billion. This is a mid-cap company. From 2 billion to 10 is a mid-cap. So I'm looking at the volume here. In our last snippet, Riot was trading at 13 million. 13 million, where the average volume is 28 million. So, because we've seen Riot up to $79. Let's see, what's the 52-week high? Where is it? 79.50 is where we've seen Riot. So it'll get back up there. And this 79.50 was, it was not long ago. And see, it dropped hard all the way down to 49. 4.55 beta. So you can kind of predict how the stock is going to trade. Okay. Now, let's see. And this one you can download as well. It is in Money Reverse University, and you can download it. It is time for homework. Who wants homework? Does anybody want homework? If you want homework, just say, I want homework. I want homework. And while you're doing that, I am going to put the link to register. If you have not done homework before, then you will need to register for this course in Money Reverse University. It's free. It's a free course. I'm going to ask you for your first name, your last name, and your email address. So you go there and you enroll in Money Reverse University. You register in Money Reverse University, and then you enroll in the Stock Savvy sessions. It's the free course that's out there. And so when you get there, you'll be able to see day 1, day 2, you'll be able to follow. The videos for these will also be posted in Money Reverse University. We'll do that. I didn't get it done yesterday. I've just had a lot to do, but we'll put that there too, because this free course will be out here forever. So you can send your friends here to watch the course and see you acting silly out here on video, because y'all acting silly. Y'all, tell your friends, come out here and see you acting silly. They won't be able to see the comments, but they can see what I flash on the screen. So now, you can go to courses.moneyreverse.net. That gets you into the university, but the best way to do it is just to click the link that I just put in the comments and register for the course. And then you can go out there, and I'm going to tell you what your homework is right now. I'm going to tell you what your homework is. So for your day 2 homework, what I want you to do is update the stocks that you chose in the day 1 homework assignment. If you didn't choose stocks in the day 1 homework assignment, never fear, you can catch up. So, and when you choose those stocks, what I want you to do is to continue building on your research by adding to those stocks that you've chosen, volume, average volume, dividend yield, and beta. Everything that we just did today, just update that for the stocks that you've chosen. For your research, I want you to use Yahoo Finance, just like I did here in the demo, and you can get there by going www.finance.yahoo.com, or you can download the Yahoo Finance app to your phone or your computer, and you can use it there. Now, if you didn't complete day 1 homework, you can start here. Just go out there and select at least 2 stocks from any unassigned stocks on the list. Go to the homework lecture, and it'll say, click here to begin your homework. And when you do, it's going to open up a shared sheet of homework assignments. And you can pick 2 stocks. You can pick more if you want to. I just said 2, just depending on how many people did homework. I just didn't want to take them all. And then you just pick your 2 stocks there. And then I want you to add at least 1 stock of your choice, any stock that you're interested in, any company you're interested in, just add it to the bottom and then do this research for these stocks that we have. And you can add more to the list if you choose, and you can choose other stocks if they're there and not selected. Remember, the cryptocurrency stocks are shaded light blue. So if you want to do a couple of cryptocurrency stocks, you can do that. Some other people can do it, and then you can see the homework. You can see the information about it. Now, this is a shared homework sheet, which means I don't want you to sort or filter the homework sheet at all, because it is shared. I got an example of it here on the screen. You can see the name of it, Money Reverse Stock Savvy Homework, April 2021. So let's look at the example here. Hetty Watkins, who is my virtual assistant and happens to be one of my big sisters, she actually did this one. She did PayPal holding. And so over here, what circle, the ones that we did the first day for day one was the stock price, 52-week high and low, and market cap. Now you'll see there's some additional columns there: volume, average volume, dividend, and dividend yield, and beta is there also. So you can go ahead, do the research, and update these stocks to add the rest of this fundamental analysis information. That's it. And again, just be kind to your fellow class members. Don't sort the sheet. I know it's going to be a little bit, clumsy, because you may choose one stock at the top, one stock in the middle, and then you add your stocks at the bottom. So you'll have to keep scrolling back and forth to get to your stocks. That's okay. We only got 2 more days. And then at the end, I'm going to give you an opportunity to take this homework with you. And you'll have lots of stocks that's had some research done to them. That's the goodness about being in a group, is that you don't have to do everything. You can kind of pull off each other, and one person is going to research something really deeply, and then they can share that knowledge with you. And it just makes your research a little bit easier because you got some information going in. And I'm going to tell you, it's easiest to research those things that you already know. If you work for a publicly traded company, if your company is not here, put your company here. If you have a competitor or a company that you like to shop with or do business with, put that company here if they're publicly traded. And you'll find it is so much easier to research companies that you already know, because you don't have to read the profile and see what they do. You know a lot of that already. So that's what I do. My background is technology. And I have 2 technology degrees, and I've worked in the IT field for a long time. So I know technology companies. I know them really well. Okay. Now, look at this. When you see this sheet, this is the Stock Savvy Sessions overview, and it has our live session schedule in the bottom left-hand corner. Our session for Sunday, April 11th, 7 p.m., it's crossed out. We're done with session 2. Of Stock Savvy Sessions. Our next session is session 3, day 3, and that is tomorrow, Monday, April 12th at 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time, right here on the Money Reverse Facebook page and the Money Reverse YouTube channel. So just join us here, do your homework before then so that we can be ready to move further. We're going to go further and higher. We're going higher, everybody. So I want you to be ready. Okay. Now, I see y'all asking for homework. I'm going to go back through and answer all of your questions right now. People say they want homework. Marion says, give me some homework. I want homework. I'm going to tell you, 3rd grade teacher. Now you're asking for homework. You didn't ask then. Okay. So I'm going to go start at the bottom, and I'm looking at your questions. Okay, and I'm going to stop the share just so I can see. If I need to share again and go back to one of the screens, I can do that. Okay, for my analysis, you're looking at beta, and for your analysis, you're looking at beta and, okay, I don't understand the question, Carolyn. Are you talking about for your homework? For your homework? Okay. I'm going to let you, okay. She wasn't as interesting as you, Carolyn. She wasn't as interesting as you. Oh, the 3rd grade teacher. Okay. So I'm going to scroll up and I'm going to look for your questions here. I'm scrolling. What does the earnings date, future dates for Riot mean? What does the earnings date, future date for Riot mean? Okay, what the earnings date is in the quote, that tells you the day that the company is going to release their quarterly earnings to the SEC. The quarterly earnings is what the company is required to do because they're publicly traded. And that is a big day, because the one thing I'm going to tell you is the day that the company released their earnings, the stock price is going to move. The stock price is going to move. And that's where earnings season, before the pandemic hit, earnings season used to be like, state fair. It's like, woo, just a happy time because all of the stock prices are moving. It doesn't mean that the stock price is going to go up. It could go down, but it's going to move hard on earnings day, simply because they're actually changing their books that day. They're reporting their financials and they're actually adding it to the book that day. So the stock price is going to move on that day. So good observation. We're not going to go through earnings in the Stock Savvy sessions, but you definitely see it there in the quote. If you take the 21 days class, we go through earning season. We get ready for earnings season. Okay. What alerted you to Square? What alerted me to Square? Because I said I bought Square. I think I have been trading Square for quick money for a good all of last year. I'm just looking at when it goes down and when it goes up, and just trying to buy it when it's low and sell it when it's high, or short it when it's super high. And I do that just for quick money. But the reason I like Square is because it has become, Cash App has become so popular, and Square is the owner of Cash App. And with that popularity, that just brought a lot of revenue to Square. And so it made them very attractive. And that's why if you look at their 52-week high and low, Square used to be like 50, 58. Square was under $100. So it is much higher than that now. Okay, so let's keep rolling. Okay, yeah, everybody, you saw that those stocks are very volatile. That's why I wanted to teach beta in this session. Okay, Alicia says she's learning a lot. Show enough, y'all. Y'all say this is show enough. Woo! So is the higher the beta, the higher the risk? Not necessarily. Risk is really about what you say is risk. I think I talked about this a little bit earlier, because, hold on. Okay, sorry, I'm sneezing. I said I'm not canceling this session. I'm coming on sneezing. I figured you guys would give me some grace. Yeah, giving me some grace for my sneezing. You know, I'm like, I cancel my session because I'm just having a sneezing allergy day. It just means I got to do my allergy routine every day. I do a lot of natural things, and I haven't been doing my teas the way I should. So I'm starting now, now that I'm sneezing. Okay, so the higher the beta, the higher the risk. Now, know that the stock is going to be more volatile. Does that mean risk for you? It might. For me, it's opportunity. So it really depends on you. I hope doesn't sound like a cop-out answer, but it really depends on you. I want you to just know what's going to happen. This stock is going to trade like this. Do you want to get in it or not? And it really depends on what you want to do. But by looking at the beta, you can see what it's done in the past, and it's very likely that it will do that again. It's likely. So then you make the decision based on that. If you say, I'm buying things for long term, and I really don't want to have something that I need to look at that closely, then this is probably not a stock you want to be in. It's probably not. And so, yeah, I hope that helps. Okay, I'm scrolling up from the bottom to see your questions. Thank you all for all of the blessings. I see all my bless yous and my show nuffs. Yes, show nuff stock savvy. I love that. How long are the dividends paid if you get in before the date? How long are the dividends paid? It's just a one-time payment, and they declare it every quarter. So it's when you see that dividend amount, there's also a payout date. You don't see it on this quote, but there is a declaration date, what day they declared it. There's an ex-dividend date, and there's a payout date as well. And so it is just a one-time payment. And then they may do the same thing next quarter, and they'll make that one-time payment again. So, okay. Okay, Shelly says beginning of May too. Yeah, earnings season starts officially on the 14th of April, and it runs for about 6 weeks. So it runs for about 6 weeks. So earnings season starts it'll be about 6 weeks. And every day you'll see many companies releasing their earnings, but it starts this week. Okay, let's see here. So they have funds to invest themselves. I think, okay, let's see here. So they have funds to invest themselves. Let me see if I can put this together. I see your question, Pettis. So they have funds to invest themselves. Let me see. I think, I wonder if this is when I was talking about companies that are buying Bitcoin. I think this is when I was talking about companies buying Bitcoin. Yes, companies have cash sitting aside, and some companies have money that they invest. Sometimes they leave it sitting in cash. Sometimes they give it out for dividends. What a couple of companies have been doing is they've been taking their cash, and instead of leaving it sitting in cash reserves, they've gone and bought Bitcoin. Square is one of them. Tesla is one of them. I think PayPal is one of them. So, and what they're doing also is they're preparing themselves so that they can have, Bitcoin payment services. They got to have some money in the till if they're going to start to take Bitcoin. Okay. So let's see. Can we also discuss meme stocks as AMC? No, we're not going to go over meme stocks here in Stock Savvy sessions. That's something that we'll talk about in my advanced group. So we're not going to go over that in this session. So I want to do what you are doing. Follow your lead. Okay. Follow my lead. Follow me. I got somewhere to go. Now, Pettis knows that I have another trading group that I have. I have people that I'm trading with every day, and they're following my lead and making money. Yeah, I see people say they want to buy crypto. Yeah, we're going to talk about that tomorrow. And I'm going to tell you what my interest in. I see a couple of people here that are in my graduates group. So I'm telling y'all something that I haven't told them yet. They're going to be mad. Okay. Let's see. I literally just got through. Okay. Got it. Oh, okay. Shelly, are you watching this course while you're driving? I hope not. Oh, got off the road while traveling back to Texas. Okay. Also, I think you're home. I hope you're not watching because you can watch it on video. Okay. I think I'm at the end of the question. So I'm going to scroll back to the bottom and see if any more have come up. Okay, let's see. No, you actually, says no, you actually, know yourself. Got it. Okay. Is there a way to see earnings history and what happened with the stock price in the past to get some idea of what will happen in the future? Yes, sir. It sure is. Yes, sir. You betcha. Oh, yeah. Yeah, nothing's a surprise. Remember, these companies have said, we want to make ourselves available as investment for the general public. So they got to tell you everything. And that's why I don't like stocks that are not traded on a regulated market, because they don't have to tell you anything. That's why I don't like OTC and penny stocks, is because I can't go and look at what has happened in the past. If companies that are on regulated markets don't tell you this, they will delist them. They will suspend them, and they cannot be traded without sharing everything that's happening with their financials. And it has to be right. Okay. Yeah, Shelly says home now, but was explaining why I didn't complete the homework. Oh, that's okay. That's completely okay. You can do this anytime. Okay, let's see. Why would a stock not have a beta listed? Yeah, good question. There's some that you say won't have a beta listed, probably because there's not enough analysts watching that stock. It may not be as interesting it's not interesting enough for analysts to actually cover it. And so you'll see some of the lower price stocks that way, and some of the newer companies may not have a beta, but for whatever reason, the analysts have just not found that stock interesting enough to watch it and report that. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. For my analysis, I want homework. Okay, so I'm going back to the bottom. What does it take to get started in your trading group? Okay, in my trading group, let me tell you, I do apologize, y'all, for just, my nose and my sneezing. But okay, for my trading group, let me tell you what all I have going on. I have my 21 days to stock market investing class, and I'm going to open the cart on that class Tuesday. In the last session, the last Stock Savvy sessions. I'm going to open the registration where you can sign up for the 21 days of stock market investing class. The stock market investing class actually starts on April 26th. So we got a couple of weeks there. So you'll have a couple of weeks to think about it. It's not a cheap class. It's not expensive compared to what you get. The class is over $2,000. The class is over $2,000. So with that, I want you to know I do give you an opportunity to make it in 4 monthly payments. So you can get in the class for a fourth of that. If you pay it all outright, you'll get a discount and it'll be under $2,000. So with that, just to kind of give you a clue of what that looks like. In that 21 days class, you get soup to nuts. I start you as if you've just been dropped on planet Earth, and you get everything that you need to start trading and actually be in a group with me. Practice trading for 45 days and then 6 months in my stock graduates group. And that's where you get live training from me every month. You get live training from me every month. You get a library of over about 230 videos that I've recorded on advanced topics, things advanced than what's covered in the group. So we're going deep into some of the analysis. This is where we talk about things like the meme stocks. We're talking about all kind of things that's going on right now. And some of it's historical, but a lot of it I teach it, and it's not time sensitive, meaning some of the concepts, they're still good, even though I recorded it a bit ago. So that 21 days class is my foundation program, and you have to take that before you can go any further with me. And simply because I have to know that you got everything that I teach before we go into any advanced courses. The reason is because I have a quick money trading group. And this is a group that I work with every day, and we're trading. I trade with this group 3 days a week, 2.5 hours a day. And I'm actually showing them my portfolio of what I'm trading. So they actually see what I'm trading, and everybody's sharing what they're trading. This is a private group. And so we actually set investing goals. Everybody has a weekly goal. And this week, how much did I make? I think I made my goal is $3,000 a week. And this week I didn't make my goal. I think I did $2,300 this week. So I had a down week. But my goal is $3,000 a week. And most times I do that. I've had $10,000 weeks. I've had $4,000 weeks. It just depends. And if I'm really busy, like now, I'm not trading as much because it's April and I'm doing things like this. So I'm not as in the market because I'm preparing lessons and things like that. So that trading group, you can be in that group, but only after you have gone through my 21 days course, the foundational 21 days course. That you have to have that, because I cannot do teaching in that fast-paced group. And in the graduates group as well. If you've taken my class in the past, you can get in my graduates group, which is a Facebook group, and you get that group for 6 months as a part of taking the class. After 6 months, if you want to stay in that group, you can pay an annual fee and stay in that group. And that's where I'm coming live, and you get free live teachings. You get free live teachings once a month on advanced topics. So I offer several things in the area of stock market investing. And then I have some people that say, Carolyn, I don't want to do all that. I got some money and I need to get this money invested. I want to learn how to get started and get a portfolio built for me. And so those people hire me one-on-one, and I work with them to build a portfolio. Now, remember, I'm not taking anybody's money. All I'm doing is teaching you to do it yourself. So these individuals, we go through individual training for them to build a long-term portfolio, but they don't get all of the research and how to do quick money trading. And I can't help them with that individually, because think about it. I can't have 15, 25 people that I'm telling you what to buy and you what to buy. It has to be a group. So I have several things. So people have come to me and said, yeah, we got my portfolio going and it's making money. Now I want to learn how to trade stocks individually. Then they come and take my 21 days class. So that's kind of what I have going on in the area of stock market investing. I do have several other services in which I look at people's retirement portfolio and help to look at their retirement portfolio and do an analysis of their personality and make sure that they are doing things that's best for their personality. Now, in everything that I do, I'm going to go through an assessment with you to show you who you are in it when it comes to investing. There is an assessment that we do, and you get a report that comes out and tells you about yourself. And then we see if that's right. And if that's right, then we know how to go forward with your trading, how to go forward with building your portfolio. Again, you got to know about you. So all of this, I'm going to open the registration for the 21 days class. That's going to happen on day 4 of Stock Savvy sessions. So that is when I'm going to give you an opportunity to spend money with Money Reverse. But until then, everything with Money Reverse is no cost to you. I love it. I love it. People are shocked. They're like, you're going to do this for free? Nobody does this. I love it. I love it because I'm the only one that does this. Okay. Now, let's see. Did that answer your question, Clay? Clay, so the answer is you have to take my 21 days to stock market investing course, because we're going to go from soup to nuts, and you're going to know when I say we're going to do a buy down on something, then we're going to do a buy down. When I say we're going to do short, we're going to be shorting that. You need to know what I'm talking about and know what to do. I cannot teach it in a setting outside of a classroom, because as you can tell by the Stock Savvy sessions, I do go deep. I go deep. I want you to know this stuff. How many of you in the Stock Savvy sessions have not had to take notes? If you have not had to take notes, can you just say no notes? And I see your question, Carolyn. I see your question. I'm going to get to yours. If you have not had to take notes in these 2 days of Stock Savvy sessions, but have learned something, just say no notes. You'll notice that the way I teach it, you get it. I teach it the way the Holy Spirit gave it to me. And it's just so simple. It's not how most financial people teach it. I teach it in a way, and if you don't get it, I'm going to work with you. You're going to get this. You're going to get this. Tell me what you don't understand. We're going to get you. I'm not that brutal, but I am very, it is very important to me that you get it, and not that you just heard it and that you sat in a session, but that you know what you're doing. You can pick up your phone and look at stuff, and in 2 minutes, 3 minutes, you can tell people about the stock that they're trying to tell you about. That's powerful. So yeah. So I just got down my own personal highlights. Yeah. That's what most of my students tell me is they say, Carolyn, now when you take the 21 days course, I'm going to tell you, you need a notebook. Bring your notebook, and I want you to take notes. Be ready to take notes. But you get lifetime access to the videos from that class. Once you take it, if you need to go back and watch it again, you get lifetime access. So you don't even have to worry about it expiring. You know, you pay the $2,000 and you get this training for a lifetime. You don't stay in the group for lifetime, but you can always go back to your class. You can't will it to your family, but as long as you're alive, you got a class that you can go back and get a refresher on. Okay. Now, I think, let's see. And then I saw one question that says, what brokerage firm do you use? Well, I don't stutter. So whenever you hear me stuttering, that means I'm about to say something that I did something that I did something that I tell you not to do. And what I'm going to tell you is that I have 5 brokers. But I don't want you to have 5 brokers. And let me tell you the brokers that I have. I have Fidelity Investments. I have Merrill Edge. I have Wells Trade with Wells Fargo. I have Charles Schwab, and I have Alley Trade. I have 5 brokers, and I'm actively trading in all 5 of them. Now, my clients have these brokers, and so that's why I don't get rid of them. I don't consolidate and go to one. And then it is also very good to have 2 brokers if you're starting to do some advanced trading. And some shorting, and then I trade options as well. I don't teach options, but I trade options. So I have a couple of accounts in which I set aside specifically for options. But yeah, and I can tell you all about the brokers, what I like about them, what I don't like about them. And I don't get paid from any of these brokers. So when I recommend a broker, it's because I like them, but not because they're paying me. I get the only money that I make is from my education services and for my training and coaching services. I get paid from no financial institution whatsoever. So you're going to hear me give you information that is, straight information that's unbiased, and you're also going to hear my opinions based on real use of it. There's no monetary exchange happening with any companies or financial. So it's not going to sway my opinion of it. Okay. What do you like about Fidelity? I like the screens, easy to read. I like the education that they have. They have several different educational webinars. They have their research is really good. I do a lot of research on stock market sectors. Where they have research on the international markets as well, because I do some teaching on European markets as well. So I will be doing more of that this year, because I've not gone back to Europe this year. But yeah, I like it for the thing, and they're a fast broker, which means I put the trade in and it happens right then. I put the trade in and it happens. I have one broker that's really slow, and it is like, my goodness, this is just slow. I put the trade in to say do a market order, and I look and 2 minutes later and it still hasn't gone yet. So it's they're a fast broker. So I like several things about them. I really like a lot of things about them. So, okay, any other questions? Any questions about volume, average volume, dividend yield, beta? I'm answering a lot of questions, but they're not about anything that we talked about. Did you guys just get that with no questions? Yeah. Did you guys just get that? Nobody's asking me about volume, average volume, dividend yield, and beta. We went through 5 topics today in crypto. But yeah, I hope that you're learning something that can take you further after the Stock Savvy sessions than you were before the Stock Savvy sessions. I want you to do the homework. I promise you, if you didn't need to take notes, if you do the homework, it is sealed. It is sealed. All you got to do is just go look up a couple of companies, put them in, and then it is sealed. So I want you to do the homework. It doesn't take long, but that last little step is what's needed. And the way that I teach is I always give you something to do, because that's the kinesthetic part of learning. And you got to have that part added to it. Otherwise, it's just something you got to try to remember. And when you do it, you won't have to remember it. You'll know it. Okay. Let's see. I think that's all I have. I went over again, everybody. Goodness. Lord Jesus. This class is supposed to be 45 minutes. Look. We way over. Okay. I think I got too much stuff. Okay. Y'all should have told me it's too much. Y'all should have told me it's too much. Okay, well, I'm going to end and say, everybody, I hope to see you here for Stock Savvy session day 3 session. We're going to do more cryptocurrency, and we're going to talk about charts, savvy stock charting. We're going to talk about charts. I love that. So it's going to be I'm going to try to be on time, but when I'm talking about crypto, I'm talking about crypto a lot. That tends to be taking my time. So I hope that you're getting something from it, because it's going over. But if you're getting something from it, I'm good. I have set aside the evening, so there's nothing that I'm waiting to do, except I'm going to go watch TV. I don't watch TV. I haven't watched TV in 20 years, but I just started watching TV. And so, wow, so much stuff on TV. I had no idea, but I haven't watched TV for 20 years. And I got this huge TV right back there. So I'm going to go watch a little bit of TV. It's been a long day. Okay, everybody, have a great evening. I will see you all for Stock Savvy sessions day 3. Have a great evening, everybody. Get your homework done. Bye.